Make sure everything works. We have sound. Everything looks good. Everybody hear us
Hello, hello.
or hear me?
Someone send a sample chat, like a test chat.
Let's see here. I think we
We're
should be.
good.
Hang on. All right.
We're good. We're good. Fire away.
We're good?
Yep.
All right. Well, welcome back. We have, less than 5 days? 4 days? 5 days? 4 days, 3 days for some to be up at Clear Lake. Again, this is a joint event between California Bass Nation Kayak and Wild West, and I personally want to thank Jeremy and everybody at Wild West for letting us piggyback on their event this year. A lot had to happen for California Bass Nation to materialize, and I owe a lot of credit to Jeremy and Wild West for allowing us to be part of their event, which they got early on. And of course, we didn't start until mid-February to get this going. Having said that, we have, I need to double check, but I think we have 137, 38 signed up right now for California Bass Nation. The last roster that I looked at for Wild West, we had 80. And the lock-it-ins were still being populated, so that will likely update by late tonight, early tomorrow morning. This weekend, so we have a lot of info to go over. I'm just going to start right off the top. We have sent out an image with 10 approved launches for this weekend, and this info also works with Wild West info. Those 10 launches are the approved launches. When you launch your boat, the key thing for this weekend for both events, Wild West and Bass Nation, is that when you get on the water, you have to check in on the app. When you get off the water, if you want to move ramps, if you need to go to the bathroom in the parking lot, if you need to go get food, whatever, even if you leave your kayak at the dock, the minute you get off the water, you have to check out. And this is a safety issue that coincidentally we had to use at the last event. Somebody went missing for several hours and we had to go dig them up, and that it's used. So be sure to use the app. In the morning, in the first 30 minutes is almost the grievance time. So if you forget to check in, you will get an email or a text notification from me or Stacy notifying you that you need to check in. After that 30-minute window, if you have not checked in, you will be disqualified. This is the second event that we're using this. You should be used to it by now. You need to check in. So again, the first 30 minutes, if you haven't checked in, you will get a notification with a warning to check in. We will contact you to check in. If you don't do it, if we can't reach you, again, you will be disqualified from the event or events, depending on which ones you're signed up for. It is very important that you check in. I cannot stress it enough. Having said that, it is open launch for those 10 ramps. You can leave, you can go to another ramp if that water is not good. If you weren't able to pre-fish or just want to change up your game for the day, you are more than welcome to do it. Just make sure you check in and off the water when you do that. Times are 5:30 is launch, so you can put your boat in the water. You cannot be in your boat. So if you need to dock your boat to get out of the way of the ramp to ease congestion, you are welcome to do that. Do not get in your boat. Just dock it, push it over. Don't be roaming around in the morning before 5:30. At 5:30, you can leave the launch ramp and fish. Um, Hang on, let me pull up a card real quick because I want to go over this exactly. Bear with me. So Also at 5:30 check-in. You can launch at 5:30. You've got 30 minutes to get to wherever you need to before lines in. At 6 a.m. lines in. Do not cast a line until 6 a.m. So that gives you 30 minutes to get wherever you need to. Um, so use that wisely. Lines out at 3. Check out, meaning you need to be off the water at 3:30. Last submission is also at 3:30. Stop fishing at 3. The awards on the original card had stated 4 p.m., but with the open launch, it created some conflicts for the guys that are fishing on the other side of the lake from Library Park. So we've pushed that back to 5 p.m. Um, if you get a text or a message from me or Stacy that you need to be at the awards, it's advised you need to be at the awards. The leaderboards will be shut off, but if you do not show up for the awards, it will go to the next person. Um, that is very important that if you think you have something coming to you, um, show up to the awards. And it's just a good thing to show up to the awards for this one. It's going to be pretty big. So, again, 5:30 launch, lines in at 6, lines out at 3. Checkout and last submission 3:30 and awards at 5. We will be doing the awards at Library Park, which is where the Wild West event was last year. And there's 2 ramps there. You're welcome to use either ramp. Make sure when you launch, if you need a Quagga Muscles sticker, that you get that secured before the event. Typically, there's guys out at the ramp that can do it right then, but I don't advise waiting till then. Saturday morning at Library Park is going to be very chaotic with Wild West team event, so try and stay away from that area if you can, or if you want to come out and watch, go for it. But get your stickers in advance. If you don't have it game time and you start calling me or Stacy that you don't have it, blah blah blah, I don't know what to tell you. Like you've had plenty of time to do it. We did get them to stall this updated Quagga Muscle sticker, but right now it is enforced for those with CF numbers, trolling motors, which you need a CF number for, or if you have a trailer in launch. Excuse me, launch from the trailer. I think I covered all of that. Any questions so far?
Stickers only for motorized, correct?
Motorized, or if you launch from a trailer. And make sure they're dry. So if they do inspect you, your boat needs to be dry. So get a rag out that morning of before you go and just make sure everything's dry. They will probably check for this event, knowing how many people are coming.
Do you need to be present to win?
There's one, but I don't know what he's doing. Present to win for the raffle or the tournament?
Didn't specify that was from.
Okay, so if you're an angler in the tournament and if you're in, let's just say first place, second place, all the way through, what are we paying out to? 13 at last I checked. If you're one of those top 13, you have to be at the awards. There's no exception. If you are not there, when we call your name, we will do a roll check beforehand. If you're not there, it will go to the next person. I'm sorry, it's just a requirement to be there. For the raffle, we will be doing the raffle Saturday night from either the house that I've rented or the location that Jeremy with Wild West will be at. It's going to be dependent on the internet connection, but we will do the raffle at night after check-in live on Facebook like we're doing right now. We will do that, and then you can pick up whatever you've won the following day at the awards station. Once we start the awards, you're not going to be able to get anything until after. We're not going to hand out the kayak before the awards, so all of that will be going out after the awards But if you are not there for an award or if you're not there for the raffle, if you made prior arrangements for someone else to pick it up, let me or Stacy know so that we can make sure that that person gets it. If you send someone up, hey, I'm here for Johnny's kayak, I'm not giving you the kayak. Sorry. I need it prearranged from the person who actually won it. On the raffle tickets, it will only have your phone number. We do not know who's going to be drawn, so it's fair across the board. You will be handed tickets at check-in. You are required to write your phone number on there. If you get dyslexic or what have it and write the wrong number and we can't reach you, it's going to be a redraw. Right now, we just wanted to be the fairest way possible to draw all these names off site, and that's the best way to do it. So make sure you write your phone number clearly legible on the back of your raffle tickets. You will keep one, and then one will go in the pot. We'll read off the raffle number, and then we'll call the phone number on the back end just so they know that they won. Any other questions?
Be able to get stickers on Saturday.
Stickers. So you on Saturday at check-in, which I'll go over the times for last names in a minute. Um, the once you check in, you will fill out the waiver. Once the waiver is complete, we'll check your name off on the roster and everything that you purchased up to that date. Actually, we'll probably make the cutoff on Thursday and turn everything off, and then the rest of it can be purchased at the event. Again, it will still be through PayPal. You will need a credit card to do that. We are not taking cash. There are no cash transactions. Everything is recorded. But you will be able to purchase last minute at check-in. So when we go through check-in, you'll do the waiver. We'll go through roster, what you purchased. You will take your angler profile photo, wear your jersey if you have one, or whatever sponsored stuff you want. That will be your profile photo listed on the website. After photos, you will get your catch board inspected just to make sure everything's kosher. And one is dropping in and out. We will check your catch board. You will be issued a sticker on the catch board. And you will also be issued an identifier for the Bass Nation event. I will have some for the Wild West event if you need one in color. I don't have a lot, so try to use that sparingly. It's for guys that don't have printers or weren't able to get one printed. But it's the same identifier. Wild West is the same identifier as the one from Delta. Bass Nation, you will get a new identifier for this specific event.
So there's clarification. They were talking about the muscle sticker. Will they be able to purchase that on Saturday?
Yeah, so I've heard Clear Lake Outdoors sells them. I don't know if they have 130, 40, 50, however many guys show up. I don't know if they have that many, but I do know Clear Lake Outdoors, where we're doing the check-in, has them. You should actually be able to get them from most of the major ramps. I know, what is it, on the east side of the lake. What is that? I'm drawing a blank. You should be able to get them at the ramps. But Clear Lake Outdoors has them. And I don't know who else. If Juan was on, I don't see him. I see he dropped off again. He could clarify.
What's the deadline for raffle tickets?
Raffle tickets is check-in. So at the end of check-in, we're cutting off all those sales. So when you come up and actually look to see what you've purchased or what you were awarded for signing up early, after that, if you need to purchase any more, you'll purchase on a barcode. You can scan it. You'll go in there. It's the shopping cart. Enter in how many, and then we'll get the electronic transaction. We can validate that, and then you'll be issued the raffle tickets. Just so we have a digital record. If for whatever reason on the checklist the stuff that you've purchased is not on there, don't freak out. We have a digital transaction of everything that's taken place. We just need to find it. So double check what you've purchased when you check in.
Okay. And it's 100% catch boards only, correct?
Correct. Garrett, do you have?
There's a question, can I bring my smaller polyboard and the fully heavy metal one and get them both approved?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have a second board, I think that we should have stickers, enough of them for your backup board as well. So we all know the metal boards are bricks. So in case you drop that one in the water,
She gone.
yeah.
Yes, you can get them both approved.
That's questions for now.
That's it for questions?
Yep.
I got a side comment here from Alex Cox. He said there's a tackle shop next to or nearby the Rattlesnake Launch, which is Clear Oaks, and they sell stickers there too. Clear Oaks also has a ROM monitor, which should be there by Safelight, and they should have stickers there as well.
Okay. Let's go over names and then I'll print these off later. Actually, I take that back. The card has the names. So A through E will be at 6 o'clock to 6:30. Last names beginning with F through L, 6:30 to 7. M through R, 7 to 7:30. S through Z, 7:30 till done. It's okay if you come a little at a time, but if there's a lot of people, make sure you're within your time allotment. If you don't see a lot of people, you're more than welcome to walk up. It's just the reason we've spaced these out is due to the whole COVID mess. So it may take some time getting guys through. Yeah, that pretty much. So 6:30 to pretty much 8, we'll be doing check-in. Feel free to go in Clear Lake Outdoors. I believe they're staying open late for us. So if you need anything, show up beforehand or after. Keep in mind the team event will be ending around 3, I think is when they start doing weigh-ins. So around 4:30, 6 o'clock, it's going to get busy. So just be cautious of what you're bringing. Try not to bring any trailers with kayaks if you can hitch a ride over. Once we're done there, we will leave there to go do the raffle live. And then also Wild West, Jeremy from Wild West will be on with me, and he has a major announcement that he wants to share, and it is pretty big, but I can't talk about it yet. That's something you're really going to want to be interested in. If you, never mind, you just want to watch.
How's the audio now, guys? I know some guys are having problems hearing the rest of us besides Tim.
Tim, there's also a request to hear the check-in times again.
Yep. So they're actually on the, sorry, I can't put it on the screen, but it's on the map card. If you find this image, it should be in the announcements. There is a list of times. So A through E, last names, 6 to 6:30. F through L, 6:30 to 7. M through R, 7 to 7:30. S through Z, 7:30 till we finish, which should be around 8 o'clock. And again, the raffle will be around 9 o'clock p.m. from either location, whichever has the best reception to do that. After that, you can launch for practice day at Safe Light, which I believe is 5:20 something, so 5:30 till 6 p.m. You have to be off the water. You cannot be on the water past 6 p.m. on Saturday. Right now we are in our off limits blackout period, which it will be from today till Friday night at midnight, or actually I should say Saturday morning till Safe Light. Also, that means no info sharing amongst others. Don't do it because if a polygraph is involved, it will pick it up, from what I am told. So just don't even talk about the event details of fishing until after we get going. You can talk about Clear Lake and stuff, just not fishing related. And trying to think if there's any other info. Am I missing
check-in
anything?
times are PM, not AM on Saturday.
Yeah, you can show up at AM. We won't be there. Yes, that is PM. I know Saturday morning, if you see me and Stacy, we will likely be out getting some B-roll footage for the website at launches, some photographs. So if you see us taking pictures, know that it's confidential. It will not get posted until way after this event. And it's strictly just for the website, which you agree to in the waiver. If you have jerseys, I would wear them, but it's not required by any means.
Can we submit the same pic with both Wild West and Bass identifiers in it for each tournament?
Yes, and there should be an option on Tourney X, which when you submit the photo, it should give you 2 check boxes. And so if you're in both events, which I highly advise for a reason I'll talk about in a second, if you're in both events, when you submit, there's a checkbox for both. If you select those, it should go to both Wild West and Bass Nation. I believe you'll have to check the standings for each to make sure that it was posted, though. That is your responsibility to find out if it was posted or not. I just know the option is in there. If you wanted just to submit to one twice, that's fine too. However you want to do it. If a fish gets submitted twice, we will get rid of one. If you keep doing it, then we'll ask you what the intention is. But if it appears to be a duplicate on accident, we're going to delete it and you're not going to be hit. Please go and read the rules for both events. It's very important. We're getting a lot of questions that if guys just open the rule book, they would actually see everything listed there. It's on bassnationkayak.com up in the top headers, and then Wild West is also in the top headers on their webpage. And both rule sets outside of the orgs and waivers are pretty much the same rule guidelines on how to hold the fish, everything. So please go and read those and know those before going into this event. Am I missing anything, Garrett, Marv, Stacy?
Are the catchboard identifier brackets that prop up the identifiers good to go to use?
I think he's talking
Yes,
about,
the catch ID holders are fine.
yeah.
And then someone wants to know if the Wild West, are they using a release boat on Saturday or are they releasing fish at library?
I'm not even going to answer that. That's one of those public info things.
So we've got a couple questions here, wanting us to elaborate on the Knock Talk rule. Another one, can we communicate with other anglers through text? So I'm just going to read the rule as it's written straight from the source. All right. Solicitation of information, purchasing of and or bartering for information from anyone for the purpose of locating or catching fish, yada, 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 through commercially available sources, and the hiring of guides is not permitted during official practice period through the conclusion of the tournament. Hiring or using a guide 21 days out is prohibited. Let's see. During official competition, contestants may not solicit information about locating or catching fish from anyone else except other anglers confirmed in the tournament and through publicly available sources such as websites, blogs, social media pages. Let's see. Social media pages set up for the specific purpose of sharing information with individuals or a small group of individuals are not publicly available sources. So there you go. There's a rule, guys.
I'm waiting for the more questions. on that. Um, nothing.
Tim, is this being recorded so people who couldn't get in can watch?
Is this being recorded? Yes.
Yeah.
That was recorded. um, I know there's a lot of info. Wild West, same launches. The awards, again, will all be at Library Park. There will be photos. If you haven't signed up for the Wild West event, I highly advise that. I know I touched a little bit. I was just doing rough numbers, and this volume looks to be getting high. And based on just rough numbers, say you win both events, you're likely going to have big fish. Just it's Clear Lake. So if you win both events, big fish, you get the contingencies that Wild West is offering, like P-Line, Yamamoto, just having them in the boat, plus all the other ones, Fitzgerald, Torch, like the whole list. I mean, you're seriously walking away from this event from one day of fishing with almost 15K in your pocket afterwards, which is, I don't know, I think it's insane because have we had an event that paid out this much? 2 events? No? Yes? The last one I remember was at Clear Lake, and that was that. So this is one day of fishing, 2 events. So, oh, not to mention the trophies, the big Happy Gilmore check. And then somebody had asked about the trophy, about the Delta event. We do owe Damien the cup from the Delta event. It didn't make it in time. He did get the plaque. So you will get, with Wild West first place, you will get the plaque. You will get the cup. Big Fish also gets a plaque. And then through us, you will get trophies first through third, and a chunk of change. So I know there's still spots left with Wild West. I would go jump on them right now. I know they have a close on Friday night, I believe, is when they're closing that. And then the payouts will be decided based on that. But it's similar to how they do all their other events. And their payout is 1 to 10, just like ours. And I think that is it for info. Tournament day, we will be, me, Stacy, and I believe one other person, along with Jeremy, will be around the trailer in Library Park. Feel free to reach out if you have questions or issues. Again, check in, check out. It's really not that difficult. Just do it so you don't get a DQ. There's a lot of money on the line. I'd hate for you to lose that opportunity off of something.
Same goes for hand placement on the fish, guys. That's covered in the rules. There's a visual aid, so make sure you don't lose a fish because your hand is too close to the tail.
Cool. Any other questions before we wrap it up?
The usual safety stuff before dawn. So 360 light. If you run a motor, make sure you have the nav lights, etc., etc.
Marvin, you got anything? Oh, his sound's out.
I'm sorry, I was just answering a bunch of trolls over here and just trying to rent in the back right now, so you know how that goes.
All day, every day.
There's a follow-up question from Alden.
Yes.
Alden says he read the rule, but it only says soliciting info, which is purchasing. So talking with others in the tournament, if it's not purchased, is cool. Has to be in a public setting. So if I'm reading this rule correctly, and you can make a final determination on this, Mr. Tournament Director.
Hang on, I'm pulling up Wild West because I think they talk about that you can actually only talk about it with another angler.
Correct. And well, our rule says confirmed with other anglers confirmed in the tournament and through publicly available sources.
Yeah, the soliciting of info is where it gets touchy. All right. It's deep in here.
And a follow-up for Mike Lavoie regarding, where is it? Communication, does that mean calling or texting fellow anglers on the water? There's a rule in here that says during the official competition day of the tournament, competitors may not make cell phone calls for the purpose of locating or catching fish on tournament waters.
Correct. Also in Wild West, during the official competition days of the tournament, a contestant may not use a CB radio, a VHF marine band radio, a cellular phone, or any other type of communication device for the purpose of locating or catching fish. Contestants are permitted to transmit by radio or telephone only in the event of emergency. If so equipped, contestants may listen to the marine weather information, basically stating that you can't talk to anyone during the tournament. You can call me and talk to me, which I probably won't talk to you if there's not a question, and hang up on you. So don't call anyone during the tournament, no text messaging. Only call us if there's emergency or question about the event, or if you're having an issue. Please let us know. We will be able to react a lot quicker knowing the situation if you let us know.
If you guys are playing bumper boats with each other and you want to tell each other what you're using, that's fine. You're right next to each other. That's your choice.
Anything else? I feel like we're missing something.
Michael wants to know if he can DQ Alice because they're living together and they're both in the tournament.
I think that goes to the first person that submits the complaint.
That's true.
Yeah, that's all I've got. I don't know if there's anything else.
I don't see anything else.
All right, guys. Well, if you have any other questions, drop them down. We will get to them. We will record this and make sure that it's posted for anyone that wasn't able to join with us. Good luck. Be safe traveling up there. And again, if you have any issues, please let us know as soon as possible, and we will do our best to get you fixed up. Again, catch boards are the only approved device, and make sure you have Wild West identifier printed in color. And that's a wrap for me. You guys got anything else?
I'm good.
Nope. All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys on next Saturday. Good luck. Be safe. See you on the water.